soap opera fans, you know the rule. No one is ever really dead in Genoa City. And when rumors start swirling about a character making a dramatic return, you know we have to dive in. Lately, speculation has been running wild that Martin could be making his grand comeback on The Young and the Restless. But it's not just a simple return. No. We're talking about major drama here. Could Martin be the one holding Sharon and Phyllis hostage? And if so, is he working with Ian? Plus, could his return shake things up at Alan and Traci's upcoming wedding? Today, we're digging deep into Martin's history, his so-called death, and all the juicy ways he could explode back onto the canvas. Buckle up, soap fans. It's about to get messy. For those of you who need a quick refresher, who exactly is Martin? Well, Martin is no ordinary character. He's Alan's evil twin brother, the black sheep of the family who always had a knack for stirring up chaos. Unlike Alan, who built a life of stability and success, Martin was drawn to the darker side of Genoa City, involving himself in illegal dealings, deception, and betrayal. But on The Young and the Restless, Martin's story is deeply intertwined with another central figure in Genoa City, Ashley Abbott. Ashley had been experiencing a severe mental health crisis that ultimately led to her developing dissociative identity disorder. Her trauma had deep roots, but the shocking twist: Martin was the one responsible for the event that triggered Ashley's disorder. Ashley had repressed many of the details, but she could recall fragments just enough to link Martin to the worst moments of her life. That connection made Martin even more of a villain, as he wasn't just Alan's wicked twin, but also the direct cause of Ashley's pain. Now, let's talk about Martin's death, if we can even call it that. On that fateful day, Traci Abbott was left confused when she returned to the living room of the townhouse and found no sign of Alan or Ashley. Turns out Alan was bound and gagged in a closet. Martin's doing. However, thankfully he regained his consciousness, but Alan refused to stay down. He managed to wiggle out of his restraints and escape despite Martin's desperate efforts to contain him. Martin had also taken Ashley captive, dragging her to another part of the townhouse, but Ashley regained consciousness and let out a scream alerting Traci and Tucker McCall. As Ashley fought back, Martin grew furious and tried to silence her, but Tucker and Traci heard her cries and rushed to her aid. Ashley ran into Tucker's arms for safety, while Alan, now free, stepped in to confront Martin. Instead of backing down, Martin, always consumed by his twisted ambitions, taunted Alan and declared himself the superior twin. But this time, his arrogance would cost him dearly. Determined to be the only surviving brother, Martin lunged at Alan, and the confrontation quickly turned violent. Their struggle took them to the townhouse balcony, where their fight reached its dramatic climax. In a shocking twist, both brothers tumbled over the edge. This all was brutal, but Alan was fortunate. Martin broke his fall, leaving Alan with only bruises and a sprained arm. But Martin wasn't so lucky. He suffered a far worse impact on the ground and was declared dead at the scene. Alan, filled with guilt, couldn't shake the feeling that he had failed his brother. But at the same time, he knew that Martin had been too far gone to save. His death was meant to bring closure. But did it really, or is there a chance Martin survived the fall and has been plotting his revenge from the shadows all along? If there's one thing soap opera fans love, it's a good old-fashioned mystery. And Martin's so-called death sparked some of the wildest theories yet. The moment Martin fell, viewers took to social media, questioning everything they had just witnessed. Was it really Martin who died that night? Or did he pull off the ultimate switcheroo? Many fans are convinced that it was actually Alan who perished in the fall. According to some wild fan theories, Martin, being the manipulative genius he always was, managed to swap identities with Alan before their dramatic plunge. Could he have faked his injuries, allowing him to rise from the ashes as Alan while the real Alan met his untimely demise? It wouldn't be the first time Genoa City had been fooled by a masterful deception. Reddit forums and Facebook groups have been buzzing with speculation, with some fans even pointing out inconsistencies in Alan's behavior following the incident. Has Alan been acting too differently? Could it be Martin playing the long game, living under Alan's identity while everyone remains none the wiser? And if that's the case, what does it mean for Traci, who has slowly been falling for Alan? Could she be unknowingly entangled in Martin's most diabolical plot yet? The speculation only continues to grow, and with no definitive proof of Martin's fate, the possibility of a shocking return looms large. After all, in Genoa City, nothing stays buried forever. Now, let's get to the really juicy part. The theory that has everyone talking. Recent speculation suggests that Martin might be the one who's keeping Sharon and Phyllis captive. Think about it. Both of them disappeared under bizarre circumstances, and there have been subtle clues hinting at an unseen captor. The question is, why would Martin target Sharon and Phyllis? It shows, could it be revenge for something that happened in the past? Maybe he blames them for something, or perhaps they're just pawns in a much bigger game. Martin has been lurking in the shadows all this time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. What could his ultimate goal be? Is he looking for leverage over someone else? Or is he simply enjoying the power of keeping two of Genoa City's most formidable women under his control? The possibilities are endless, and if there's one thing we know for sure, Steve, that the Young and the Restless never does anything halfway. If Martin is back, his motives will be anything but simple. There's also another layer to this already tangled web. Could Martin be working with Ian? The Young and the Restless loves a good villainous duo, and if these two are indeed in cahoots, we could be looking at one of the biggest storylines of the year. Ian has always had a knack for mind games, and if he's helping Martin pull off this elaborate scheme, it means serious trouble for Sharon and Phyllis. What would Ian stand to gain from teaming up with Martin? Could the two of them have a shared vendetta against a common enemy? Or is Ian simply playing Martin as a pawn in one of his bigger schemes? If the two of them are working together, that means Sharon and Phyllis are in even more danger than we realized. The scariest part, if Ian and Martin are behind this, they likely have a much bigger endgame in sight. The real question is, who's next on their list? So there you have it, soap fans. Martin's return would be explosive, whether he's the mastermind behind Sharon and Phyllis kidnapping a pawn in a bigger scheme, or even on a path to redemption. One thing's for sure, if Martin is coming back, Genoa City will never be the same. But what do you think? Could Martin be the one pulling the strings, or is there another villain lurking in the shadows? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you love diving into all the drama, make sure to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and stay tuned for more Young and the Restless updates. Until next time, stay dramatic and keep watching your stories.